Okay. Our market area is New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Hammond, and just the general area. We reached out in the beginning when we first started our business to a company called Good Eggs. You may have heard of them. They're an online farmers market, and they were based in New Orleans as well, which was fantastic for us. It gave us a really good start, and it was customers shopping online. I got the orders every day and filled the orders, and they would come out and pick it up and deliver it to the customer's doorstep. It was fantastic, but unfortunately they were based in California and decided to refocus on their home base. So they left us in August of last year, which we thought was going to be devastating, but as it turns out, it was okay. We also have other vendors. I have a vendor called Holly Grove Market and Farms. They were one of my first ones other than Good Eggs, and they have their own garden actually in New Orleans, and they reach out to local farmers in the community, and that's what I like about them, is they are providing local food, homegrown food, to the New Orleans community. And they actually place an order every week. They buy my lettuce. I do some sprouts as well. And for a little while we were doing Cornish cross chickens, processing the chickens. But we did not stick with that because it was a lot of work and for not a lot of profit. I mean, the quality of the food is superior to what you can buy in the grocery store, but unfortunately the cost of getting it to the grocery store we couldn't do it for what you can buy it in the grocery store, and it's very difficult to make that work whenever you've got to find your focus and what you're going to do. So now we'll take in for us and our family, that's probably what we'll do, because the quality of the chicken you can't really describe it. You can taste the difference in a pasture-raised chicken to what you buy in the grocery store. There's no hormones, there's no nothing, there's no cages, and which again makes a huge difference in the quality of the food. So we have Holly Grove Market and Farms, and then actually one of my contacts from Good Eggs, he was one of our delivery drivers, is now working at Dryad's Public Market in New Orleans, and he reached out to me once he started working there, and he buys every egg that I can possibly pick up that I don't sell at the farmer's market myself. And from that we've grown to, he buys lettuce out of the greenhouse because he remembers the relationship that we had with Good Eggs. He remembers the product and he remembers all of it, so that worked out very well for us as well. So we also go to the Hammond Farmers Market. I actually have a friend, his name is Dan Baker with Sacred Roots Farm. He goes to the farmers market and he represents our product as well. And from there, we've started actually selling to the local restaurants in Hammond. Jockmel is one of my restaurants. The Steakhouse is another. And we're talking to another couple of restaurants that potentially will be customers of ours as well. So I love being able to provide my product to the local markets here close to us. And then of course we'll be going to the Baton Rouge Farmers Market with our lamb and our eggs and pesto and things that I can make from the greenhouse.
In your opinion, what would you say is is there a particular interest from like restaurants or chefs that look for locally grown, locally produced produce, eggs, those what you have?
We're finding more and more. A lot of people will, in the beginning, they look for convenience and consistency and those things, which are totally understandable, and not knowing what the local market has to offer is the problem. So actually being able to get in front of them with a product and show them what you can provide for them, and they realize the quality is there. It's a year-long thing. I can produce this for the whole year. They're very excited about it. Instead of buying a box from a big company and having to throw away some of it because it's not as fresh, don't know where it really came from, they do like to buy something that when they order it, it's in my greenhouse growing, and they receive it, it's just been harvested. It didn't have to travel across the state lines, sit in a refrigerator for days, and maybe some of it's starting to go bad by the time they get it. It's actually fresh right out of the greenhouse.
Do you get any feedback, or have they expressed to you? I mean, you have a particular skill set and knowledge you need to know to do this. For them, I would assume it's the same thing as a chef. Is there any superiority or complementary things that they get out of food, working with food that's fresher? Does it respond better to what they're doing?
It stays fresh longer, and I mean that's what I'm understanding from them is the ability to have a fresh product, and they do like to present that to their customers as well as a locally grown product that is grown here, helping your neighbors and helping your friends, so I believe that that's the benefit that they see, and we love it. We love to be able to put our name on something that they're going to share with their customers. And yeah, I believe that is the biggest benefit is really the freshness of the product and the longevity of it.
What would you say? Do you feel like you have a specialty here, or maybe the what's the biggest part of the four separate things that you do as far as the time as well as maybe income, if it correlates directly?
Well, I believe now it's probably going to kind of equal out. The biggest part is probably the hydroponic lettuce and the eggs have been for since we got started with the eggs. It's unbelievable how much interest there is in a fresh farm egg, a fresh pasture-raised egg. The quality that's something that you can tell. Even the delivery guys that pick up the product here, when they pick up a box of 15 dozen eggs, it's a different feeling than when you pick up a box of 15 dozen eggs from the grocery store. It weighs a whole lot more. So it's just the quality of the food. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but that's real. A large egg in the grocery store is not a large egg here. It's a baby egg. So, and they weigh different. So I don't know. It's crazy. The hydroponics is a big part of what I do. It's one of the things that I love the most. It's therapeutic for me to be in the greenhouse and working with the plants. It's clean, it's a clean environment, and the product again is a year-long crop. I can do it all year long. And now our market for that has kind of comes and goes with the seasons. We're in the middle of the busy season, and for me, I'm one of the only hydroponic producers in the area. So to get fresh local lettuce, I'm one of the few that you can get that from. So that's a great market for me. So this is my busy time of year.
Okay. Let me see. If you could speak to, as a group, if you could speak to all the people who end up with what you produce on their table,
Yeah.
since it sounds like you don't necessarily get to meet all of them, but if you could have a gathering of all those people who maybe you've never even met but have come to depend on what you're doing, what would you say is most important to you about what you're doing, why you're doing it, for what it means to them, and what would you want them to know about any mutual benefit, maybe what it means to you that they're supporting it?
If I could sit down with each one of my customers that purchases the products that I produce here, first of all, I would say thank you because everything that we do here is done from the heart and with them in mind, to give them a healthy product that is raised as naturally as possible, with no chemicals and none of that. It's a good, wholesome product, all natural product for them.
We can just keep going.
So I would like for them to know that I'm sorry, he's got me distracted. The food is healthy and good for them, and we've put our heart into growing it and giving them a good product. And it's important for us, for everybody to understand the importance of supporting local producers and farmers. We don't make a lot. You know, we do it because we love what we're doing. And we're not in it for the money. We're in it for the enjoyment of what we do and the health of what we do and being able to give a good, wholesome product to our customers. And I'd like to invite them to come see us on the farm.
So if they wanted to do that,
excuse me,
tell us the best way to contact you or to set that up with whatever means, phone, social media, whatever. What's the best way people can contact you to come and see where some of that food is coming from?
Well, we have a Facebook page, Our Family Farm 66. There's other Our Family Farms out there. Ironically, they're not. I mean, we named it Our Family Farm to include whoever is purchasing our product. Well, I want them to feel like it's their family farm, so that gives it a sense of community. So that's the best place. We also have a website that will link them to the Facebook page, and the website is ourfamilyfarmonline.com, and that will give them a little taste of what we have here. It's a new website. It's not anything fancy, but it'll link them to the Facebook, and the Facebook gives them a call now button, which it comes straight to my phone. And I guess the number is 985-974-1320. You can call me anytime, and we would love to see you and show you what we do here.